Do you ever wake up in the middle of the night wondering where the hell is Beaumont, Texas? If you do, this video is just for you.
And if not, this video is probably going to put you to sleep.
Problem solved.
Hear the rocket all day and night. The world is noisy, and that's alright. Every sound is just a piece of the natural rattle.
We recently spent a week in Beaumont, Texas. And we're still trying to figure out why the heck Beaumont, Texas.
There's not a whole lot going on in Beaumont, but we did find some interesting things to do.
Yeah, we did. If you've never heard of Beaumont, it's in the southeast corner of Texas.
It's about 85 miles east of Houston. It was founded in 1835 and it has a population of 115,000 people.
Yeah, and today is your lucky day because if you are into fire hydrants, if fire hydrants is your thing, Beaumont, Texas actually used to have the world's largest working fire hydrant.
Well, they still have it, but it's what used to be the world's largest.
Yeah, there's a larger one now. But if you're into fire hydrants, go to Beaumont, Texas.
And it's painted black and white like a Dalmatian.
It is. So it was actually donated by Walt Disney, or the Walt Disney Company, as a promotion for their 101 Dalmatian
movie
re-release, I guess.
Movie.
So that's why. That's what it's there for.
Yeah.
Into fire hydrants, Beaumont, Texas is your place. Now, we were only there for a week, and it was a work week, so we only really had one day to go exploring. So we just did some driving around. Now, this is going to be a fairly short video because honestly, we just had the one day. We couldn't get a whole lot of coverage, but we still wanted to share a couple.
Yeah, it was interesting enough to want to share for sure.
Yeah, just in case you're in the area and you're looking for something to do, or you break down and you're there, you're looking for something to do. But Beaumont, I mean, that's really. We didn't spend, honestly, that much time.
Right.
We did go down, again, for a drive. We went to Port Arthur. Now, the only reason we went there, I've heard of it. I think we both heard of it. You always hear of the oil refineries, and, you know, when hurricanes come into the Gulf of Mexico, you always hear about the oil refinery shutting down and stuff like that. So we were right there. It's only about a 30-minute drive south of Beaumont. It was actually kind of interesting.
It was.
I mean, it's what you would expect. These are huge, huge oil refineries.
It went on and on and on.
Yeah, it did.
Was huge.
And you drive right through these things too. Now, what's kind of neat with Port Arthur is it does have the United States, or the largest refinery in the United States. I think it's called the Motive Refinery. The Gulf Oil Company started their refinery in 1901, and I think it was Texaco, if I remember correctly, in 1902 or 1903. So these refineries have been there for quite some time. So it's actually just kind of neat just to drive through some of the shipping. You know, you get the big oil rigs coming in to unload. Just that whole industry was actually pretty interesting. We did see a few shrimp boats in the area too. Not a whole lot. There'd be probably some pretty oily fish or oily shrimp, I would think. But it was still just kind of neat. It was just a sea town, right? A lot of industry, of course, a lot of oil refinery type stuff, and then also some fishing as well. So Port Arthur was definitely worth a trip through it if you've never seen something like that.
Yeah.
It was actually pretty interesting.
It was.
So that's really about it for us with Port Arthur.
Yep.
I almost feel embarrassed asking you this right now. But if you find stuff like this interesting or entertaining, please hit the subscribe button and the like button as well, and make sure you hit the notification bell too so you can get notified when our next video comes out.
We appreciate it very much.
I wanna find that wild world, the one out west where a new day begins. I wanna find some new world where there won't be darkness ever again.
After we finished our grand tour of Port Arthur, we drove a little bit further south and we came across a state park called Sea Rim State Park, and this was actually pretty cool.
It was very cool, really pretty state park.
Veterans are, not Veterans Day, but it's our Veterans Day promotion, so entrance to the free park, I can't speak. Entrance to the park is free today.
Oh, okay.
How many people?
2.
Sea Rim has about 5 miles of beach shoreline and about 4,000 acres of marshland.
Yeah.
There's also been wild alligators and wild hogs on it too.
We actually saw, we didn't see hogs while we were there,
No.
but we did see the tracks on the beach.
We saw the tracks
That
on
was
the
kind of
beach.
cool.
Yeah.
Now, the one thing that we really liked about this state park, and we didn't know it at the time, you can actually drive on the beach. We haven't done
So
that
much
since way back in our
fun,
early days of Daytona Beach.
way back.
Yeah, way back, a few years back. But we were literally the only people right on the beach for as
Yeah.
far as you could see. I think we did see maybe one or two cars, but that
Yeah.
was it. We had the whole beach to ourselves. We did go down a ways. Rodeo was, we let
Rodeo
her
was
kind of
with us.
run
Dogs are
around
allowed
a
on
little
the
bit,
beach.
and it was actually pretty cool. Now, if you're into camping, which I hope you are since you're watching this video and we're RVers, the state park does have about 15 campsites, and they're kind of like what you'd expect, electricity and water
Right.
only, no sewage.
hookup.
They also have some
sewage.
primitive sites, and I believe these are right on the beach, so you can actually camp right on the beach. Like no water, no hookups, nothing. You know, they're primitive. Those are like $10 a night.
Yeah.
I think the hookups were $20 a night. They also have one cabin. No pets allowed in the cabin. Of course, it's
Right.
kind of what you would expect. It has like a little, it has a refrigerator and a little kitchen and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But the cool thing about this also, they have what's called floating primitive
Yeah.
camping. They have some sites out there in the water, in the marsh. They're about 13 by 20 foot, basically like wooden docks. The only way you can get to them is by boat, but you can actually camp on these out in the middle of the water. So that's kind of cool. So
Yeah.
Sea Rim State Park, if you're in the area, it's definitely worth
It's
it.
definitely, yeah, it was a cute little park.
Yeah, we were able to drive our truck all the way up and down the beach. We were able to get out. Again, nobody was there. We
Right.
collected some shells.
Yep.
Just walked around. It's kind of fun, right?
Very
It was just
fun.
really neat.
Yep.
Hear the commotion, and that's okay, 'cause we're in motion. I can feel the sway. There's nothing to fear, my friend. Oh no, it's the natural rattle. And when the ground is shaking,
Hopefully you can hear us with all this wind. We
We
had
are in Texas at the beach.
Sea Rim State Park. Total surprise.
Gulf Coast.
We drove through Port Arthur. We heard about the place. We just kind of wanted to see it. A lot of oil refineries.
A lot.
But we ended up coming down the coast a little bit to Sea Rim State Park, and they actually let you drive on the beach.
let me a little fragile through the clouders inside and crackles are the sounds of the natural rattle vibrating us all. Natural rattle vibrating us all.
Between Beaumont, Port Arthur, and then a Sea Rim State Park, it made for a pretty good day.
It did.
Right?
Yeah.
We
Took
kind of
us
made
by surprise, and
It
we
did.
really enjoyed it.
We learned something. We learned something about some oil refineries, and we really enjoyed the state park as well.
Yeah, we did.
So it actually turned out to be a pretty fun day.
We hope you enjoyed today's video. Are you awake? Wake up. Hey, you.
We're talking to you.
We hope you enjoyed our video. Thanks so much for watching.
Remember, always live life to the fullest.
Safe travels and God bless.